What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Nerd Media, and it has been 1 week since the Invincible Season 3 finale, and I have never really sat down to do this before and figure this out for my own, but in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my top 5 favorite Invincible characters with some honorable mentions, because this was a very hard list to come up with, and I really never put any thought towards this at all in my whole entire experience of the show, but I finally did it, and I actually feel pretty good about the list, and I am very excited to give this list to you guys. So with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below what your top 5 Invincible characters are, and without further ado, let's dive right into the ranking. So starting out with my 3 honorable mentions, the first one is going to go with Oliver. I love his character, and I really do enjoy the philosophical side of that character and what he really stands for and what he believes in. I really love that side of that character, and that's really the only reason why he's in my honorable mentions is because of that factor. And I just grew to love him a lot more than I did in the comics in this one season alone. So I love this character. I'm really excited to see Oliver, and we're probably going to have a more and more grown up version of him in season 4, which is really exciting because I enjoy young Oliver, but I do not enjoy seeing him get beat up, and I am very much excited to see what they have in store for him. And yeah, his character this season was great, and I just love him so much. Next 2 honorable mentions may actually get a lot of people upset, but the next one is going to go to Adam Eve. I know she should be in my top 5, but I love her character. I love her character so much. But there are just some characters in this show, man, that are great. Like her and Mark are great together, and I love when we get to see her use her powers in actual creative ways. I love that special presentation we got for her. That was very, 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 very well done, and I'm very happy that they actually rewarded the audience who watched that in the season 3 finale. I really enjoy seeing her in action, and she's just overall a really, really great character, and I just love her so much. It's great, and I really, really enjoy watching her character in action, do a bunch of other stuff too. So that's just great. This is going to be the one that makes a lot of people mad. My last honorable mention is going to Alan the Alien. I love this guy. I love him so much. I love him in the comics, and I love him in the show. Arguably more in the show. I feel like it's just like I love this character so much. He's great. He's funny. He's strong. He's like a really cool character, and he can basically go up against anybody, and it's just awesome, and I really enjoy his character when he comes on screen. And I really love the Omni Man and Noel and Alan the Alien duo. It's great, and unfortunately, he doesn't make it into my top 5. But if you want to technically count these last 3 honorable mentions as 6, 7, and 8, then he would be my number 6. All right, but honorable mentions aside, let's get into my top 5. Number 5 is going to Rex. I love this character, and honestly, him and Alan were both fighting for the number 5 spot because I love Rex a lot, and I really love Alan, but Rex is just my guy. I mean, he was not my favorite character in the comics. This show made me love him so much more. They added so much more depth to that character, and I love the journey that we get to see that him specifically go on in the last 3 seasons, which season 1, season 2, and then season 3 up to his ultimate death, I thought was just very, very well done. I think it's one of the best character arcs that we have seen actually completed in the first 3 seasons that I think is just awesome. And he gets one of my favorite Invincible title card moments when after he's done fighting everybody and he's lost a hand and everything, and he's says he's practically invincible. I love that one, and that's probably my favorite Invincible title card that we've gotten so far. Maybe besides the Powerplex one, that one was great as well, and the season 1 finale. I mean, you can't top that. But his character is awesome. I've loved seeing his character grow, and I unfortunately don't think we're gonna see him ever again. But it's just great character development, funny. His powers are awesome, and he has one of the best lines in the whole entire show. And he's about to die. It's just great character. Number 4 is going to Mark's mom, Debbie. I'm not gonna lie, guys. She is the MVP of this whole entire show. She is the reason why Mark is invincible, and she, I feel like, in many ways kept Omni Man from actually killing Mark in the season 1 finale and taking over planet Earth. I mean, come on. She is like the emotional band aid for these superheroes that are so much more powerful than her, which is just crazy because she gets probably one of the most emotional scenes, and she gets a lot of emotional scenes, but I think she gets one of the most emotional scenes in Invincible in the season 3 finale that actually made me cry a little bit. And I really just love when she gets those emotional scenes, and then we get to see her actually be emotional tissue for Mark and these people that are just so much more powerful than her, and she somehow finds a way to ground them and make them feel human, which I think the prime example of that is Omni Man. And I just love that. I love that so much. And she is a great character. She is the MVP of the whole show, and I will always stand by that. Now, my number three, I actually would never have put him up here if it weren't for the storylines that we got in season three. But number three, I'm going to give it to Cecil. I think he is the GOAT. He is the best. And after a lot of thinking, I think that Cecil is right, and I think that you can rehabilitate villains, especially if they're really powerful. But man, he made a really dumb decision with Conquest, and that's probably why he's number three. I would have had him maybe a little bit higher if he didn't make that decision. But I love the depth that we got with that character in season three. I love the debate that we had with Mark and him. I think that that really added to his character. I loved his character in the previous two seasons. Well, I didn't love him. I liked him, and I thought he was just there, and I enjoyed his character. But season three is the reason why he's my number three on my all-time Invincible characters, because the depth that we got, the argument that we had with some people siding with him and some people not with the Invincible fandom, and just seeing his backstory, which is something we don't ever see in the comics. Which another thing I love that Invincible does is making original stuff, and that was one of them, and it really worked because Cecil is my go. He's one of the best of the series. Into the top two, this may be very basic, but man, I love these two characters. Number two is going to go to Omni Man. I think that Omni Man has the best redemption arc in any kind of superhero project ever, in comics, TV, whatever. I think that his character is the definition of redemption, and I just love his character. I love his character so much, and J.K. Simmons really elevates the experience of watching that character grow. And although we didn't get to see him too much in season three, you already know that redemption arc is coming, and for people who haven't read the comics, his redemption arc is pretty great, and it's very, very well done. And that redemption arc alone is probably why he's on this list. I mean, I love his character. He is one of my favorite parts of season one, and he just knocked it out of the park in season one's finale. I mean, come on, how could he not be at least in my top five? He's great, and I love Omni Man so much, and I probably will get hate for that because of the fact that what he did in season one, not all that great, but his redemption arc is peak. I surprised to absolutely nobody. My number one is going to Invincible, Mark Grayson himself. I love this character. He is the embodiment of trying to do what's right for the people that he cares about, trying to protect them, and him trying to learn that he may have to cross the line if he wants to do that, and seeing this character grow and real and mature and kind of let go on some aspects and just really realize that maybe he does have to kill sometimes. And just overall, just the underlying theme of him just wanting to protect the people he cares about regardless of what he does or what he decides to do or how he handles it, that's what he ultimately wants to do. And there's a lot of heroes out there like that, and I feel like Invincible is probably the best one that we have seen in recent years. Like with the past few years, I mean, we have Superman coming that embodies the same thing. We have Spider-Man out there who also embodies the same thing. And I would say Spider-Man and Superman are both better in that aspect, but in terms of superhero media right now in this exact moment, Invincible is really great. And just honestly, I love his character. I love his development. I love how much he well, I don't love how much he gets beat up in his fights, but I love that we're seeing him slowly learn and slowly improve. And I think that his ruthlessness when he gets really pissed off, then he's just going to go to any mark that he wants to. I think that that is a very, very fun concept to play with. And I just love this character so much. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what your top five Invincible characters are. And let me know if you like my list or if you don't. A lot of you guys are probably going to be upset about my honorable mentions. But hey, it's my list. So with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what your ranking is down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.